Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey, this is gonna be a different video today, man. Before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe. This is and if you wanna help a brother out, Cashapp download in the description. But this is a video that I think I don't really need no more, but I feel like a lot of people need this. But let's see, man. Let's Vegeta. Watch this every time you feel like drinking. I do not feel like that, but let's just see what this man got to say, man.
Skyrocket, focus and clarity, reduced erectile dysfunction, discipline. By the end of this video, you will never want to bust a nut on yourself ever again. With all of the online content at your fingertips, I can understand why it is hard to resist, but you must resist it. The internet has become a powerful tool that can be used for good, but it is a detriment to the weak-minded men who are being consumed by it. Instead of using the internet to make money, many guys find themselves mindlessly scrolling through nonsense. Women can sense the type of life force you carry around with you, and many men voluntarily give it away by wasting their semen. Nowadays, guys think it is okay to be regularly masturbating because they think it is healthy. This incorrect information has been fed to us to make us weak and emotional. Do you know that tired and guilty feeling you feel after you bust a nut on yourself? That is your mind telling you that you are a loser and that something must change. You have to question everything that is said to you by the so-called experts and use your rational mind to determine what is right. The sad truth is that 99% of men open their phones or laptops to beat their meat when they are bored. Some men even do it multiple times in a single day. The reason for this is because men always have a strong sexual urge to reproduce. The modern world has made it super easy for you to access this type of content for sexual stimulation. Think about it like this. You never feel motivated or have the energy to do anything after you ejaculate. You will feel sleepy and weakened, and often...
I don't feel like that's true. I mean, certain circumstances, yeah, it can lead to that, but certain ones, no. Because, look, there'll be sometimes when you know what I mean? Where I'll be like, damn, I want to do some shit, right? It could be anything important. And then, all of a sudden I get hard, and it takes my mind off of it. And I know if I just do it, sometimes if I do it, I'll get my mind off of it, and my shit won't be, you know what I mean? I won't be erect. But sometimes when I do it, I can't get my mind off of me being, you know what I mean? So the most quickest way to solve that problem for me is to bust, and then and look, bust one time and then do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, it takes my mind off. It's like, it's like more of a relief. Like, it's more of like, I don't know how to explain it, like a burden almost, like something that's been, it's something that I just don't like in me sometimes. And that's why when I do one time, and that one time I'm good. But like if I'm just chilling, I'm bored, and I just and I'm feeling really, really, you know what I mean, and I'm not finna go to sleep after, or I don't have nothing to do, I bust 2 times, and then when I do 2 times, I'm knocked out like a bird, right? But if it's bothering me and I got something to do, I bust 1 time and I'm good, you know what I mean? But I do 2 times when I don't have nothing to do, and it's just bothering me so bad where my shit start hurting. So that's what it is for me. I don't know what it is for you guys, but for me it's more of a like, let me just hurry up and do this, get it out the way, and then do what I gotta do. That's how I think of it. Other people think of it like sometimes I think about it like this, like, oh, I'm horny, let me just get this nut, it's gonna feel so, or whatever, just not it's gonna feel so good, but let me get my mind, because I know once I bust that nut, I don't care about bitches, I don't care about females, I don't care about nothing else but fixing the problems that I have in my life. But when I just have this shit just hard and rocked on my fucking, you know what I mean, in my mind, it makes me like, yo, let me focus on the bitches, and that's something I don't want to focus on. So that's why I do it. I don't know why most of y'all do it, but that's my reasoning.
You will feel ashamed. You must learn how to master sexual discipline. This force of sexual energy is so powerful that it will give you confidence and the ability to be a lot more productive. When you decide not to release this powerful life force, you have this certain type of glow that women can sense. They are biologically attracted to it, and they have no choice but to respect it. Men on semen retention have a different look in their eyes than the men who beat their meat all day. Listen, if you are someone who constantly challenges yourself by retaining semen and putting yourself through hard challenges, your body will adapt and you will become stronger. Your body will become weak if you overindulge in bad habits and don't challenge yourself. You should aim to become a strong warrior with principles and not be easily manipulated into believing degeneracy. You must destroy the lizard in your brain telling you to beat your meat. Everything in the modern world is made to dampen your life force. You will feel proud of yourself for not doing something that you know makes you weak. Stop trying to come up with excuses as to why you should play with yourself. Here are the powerful benefits you will receive when you stop beating your meat. Your confidence will skyrocket. You are filled with energy, motivated, creative, and passionate. All of these factors should come to you naturally, but you have been dumbed down to the point where you are even afraid to talk to a girl. Can you remember when you were a child and you weren't embarrassed about anything and you had the energy to do anything? This is because back in the day, we didn't have the ability to access social media, and kids back then didn't even have a cell phone. Now, kids are just glued to their cell phones and iPads just...
That's not true also. I mean, at least for me, like, being in elementary school, you know, when I wasn't even middle school, I'll say, being elementary, let me start at elementary school, you know, I didn't live where I live now. I lived in the predominantly, you know, I can't say that word, fuck, I can't say that. Well, I lived in a school that majority had, like, the majority of people there were white. You know what I mean? It was a few black people, but most of them were white. I live in a town called Livermore in California, right? And I loved it there, and it's probably like, damn, like I don't want to say I love it. No, I loved it there. Like, I don't know, cause I always like being around my people. I'll be rejected. You know what I mean? Or no, I wouldn't say that, but I guess I grew up around a lot of white people, so that's what I just knew. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? Seeing a lot of black people, or just seeing a lot of my people just kind of, or just Mexicans or anybody who was not white, it kind of just like shook me because I wasn't used to it. You know what I mean? Because I was used to always being around people that were white. So what am I saying this for? Oh, okay. So, you know, there was this girl I liked, right? She was Mexican, but she was whitewashed. Always was on her body. I stole her ID card. I mean, I was in love with this girl, but like she wasn't a typical. She was like, I don't want to say whitewashed, but like, you know, if you're around more white people than your actual people, you're gonna be more like them rather than your people, because that's what you're used to. So, you know what I mean? She was cool. Like, she was real cool, like real cool. I mean, in my eyes at the time, you know what I mean? And this is what I was thinking at the time. So yeah, so I was going for her. Kept on getting rejected, but I kept trying, right? And I didn't know I looked kind of ugly, I think, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize that until I moved into more an area where there's more of my people, black people, Asians, Mexicans. I didn't know this until I moved where I am now. But there, I didn't know I was, because they're not going to tell you there, right? So I was shooting my shot at her. She didn't want me, so I went on to a white girl that was really weird as fuck. You know what I mean? But I still was shooting my shot, and because she was smart, she was white, you know, I guess. I like white snow bunnies at the time, so she was a cool person, right? So I'm like spitting game at her every time. I picked flowers for her. I was talking to her. I didn't beat my meat at this time because yeah. So I was just talking to her all the time, like yo. And mind you, over there, I didn't know anything about porn or anything, or beating your meat, or just girls, like getting on girls. Like, I was just pure heart over there. Like, if I really liked the girl, I'd go after her, and I wouldn't be conversing with my homies like, oh, that girl bad or that girl. I wouldn't be lusting after females. Like, I actually went up to girls because I actually liked them. And like back then, I didn't. All I thought was you just make somebody your girlfriend and you guys are just vibing. Like, there's no sex, there's no nothing. Like, that's how pure I was back then. You know what I mean? And we were vibing, but I had to move away. You know what I mean? To where I am now, which is I would just say it's Stockton. I'm in Stockton, and oh boy, I had a rude awakening when I came down here. Just people. It was more of my people, and black people don't like each other like that, or they don't like different. Cause like I was kind of like a lot whitewashed. Like I want to say I'm a nice individual, or you could say whitewashed, but I'm like I'm not a thug. Like I'm just a regular black person, I guess, because of what Livermore made me to be a good person. And I'm not saying because I was around white people I was a good person. No, I'm saying I was a good person because over there in them areas, like even when I did see my people, like we all were like a community. It was more like nice to each other. Like everybody was nice to it, like just nice ass people. You know what I mean? People weren't hating on each other because over there, everybody was set up good. Everybody had good houses. Everybody had money. Everybody was living life. Everybody was having fun. You know, in summer there was pools and everything, basketball seasons, Minecraft around that time. Friday Nights at Freddy's. You go over to your boy's house. You chill. You just run around the country. Parents living good. They don't gotta worry about inflation. Everything was really good. And then I get over here. And then, oh my gosh, they act like they like you. They act like they like you, right? They act like they come up to you, act like they're your homeboy. Oh, what's up to you? And then they see that you're easy to take advantage of, or like that you're nice, or you're not gonna say anything because you're nice, right? So they act like your homeboy for a little bit, and then they start easing in insults, and that's where like insults, or they try to play you, and then you're not used to because I'm not used to because I'm from Livermore, where even though there were some bullies, like I was used to get bullied by white people, and it was really bad, like really bad. But for some reason, it wasn't that bad because it wasn't. There were still good people. Like everywhere I looked, it wasn't just bullies everywhere. It was good people. Majority of the places I was looking at, there was just some people that were bad. It was just some people, not all. And even the people that were bad, they weren't too bad because they had good parents, so they still had morals. It's just they weren't. I guess I was just, you know what I mean. I wasn't good enough, right? So I came here, and people just act like they like you, playing your face, and then they start easing in insults, and then they start trying to play with you, try to beat you up, try to jump you and shit. Like, nigga, you ugly. Like, you nigga, you don't got, you know what I mean? And I came here just before I was about to graduate to middle school, so it was like my last grade. I came here and over here it's like sixth grade. I came here sixth grade. Sixth grade over here is still considered elementary school, I think. So over there I would have been graduated, but over here I came for the last. And I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be graduating. They were like, nah, you still got one more year. And middle school's only 2 years. It's 7th through 8th over here for middle school. So yeah, so they're like, yo, you elementary school guys were just like, you know, actually it wasn't even that bad in elementary school, but it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. It was a little worse than Livermore, but all in all, I was higher on the food chain. Like I was actually a little popular, like because I was new, and I had a little drip, right? So then we go into middle school, right? And then that's when the real shit started. That's when you start seeing, because middle school, I feel like in that middle school, everybody in Stockton, just most kids, that's where just most kids were, and it was a good middle school. It was just a lot of weird weird kids there that would just bully each other, and I didn't understand it. Like I knew what it was, but like in Livermore, like I knew what it was, but I didn't really care because at the end of the day, I only played football and basketball with them, and after that, I didn't have to see them again. These kids, yo, you be in PE with them, you have other classes with them, you have to see them lunch, PE. No good kids, I promise you, no good kids, right? When you constantly hear, oh, you're this, you're that, when people are constantly, and they act like your friends, when people are constantly attacking you as an individual and your self-esteem, like that shit gonna fuck with you mentally. So like then you're gonna lose confidence in yourself, and then it's gonna make you scared and not want to talk. Because if you're hearing you're ugly, you're this, that, and the third, girls not gonna like you, you don't know how to dress. If you hear that your whole, I mean not your whole life, but the whole time you're in school, um, you're gonna lose confidence and you're not gonna want to feel like talking to any other girls, right? So then you're gonna avoid that, right? You're gonna avoid talking to girls because your self esteem is low because others bring you down with them. You know what I mean? And then as a result of that, I promise you, I ain't used to make fun of nobody or anything. Like I was, man, I never used to be like this. But as soon as I moved here, just how people are down here, they're just weird. And then like when they were bullying me, it was like I hated them. Like I wanted them to die. You know what I mean? I was on some hateful shit. Like I would be like, God's gonna kill you. Like I was on my ruthless shit, and I didn't like my people. Like I didn't like black people, Mexican people. I only like white people at the time. I'm gonna just keep it a butt because they were nicer to me than my own people were, and that's fucked up, right? So then, after that, I started adopting their ways. So as soon as I seen somebody that was smarter than me, and I knew I could pick on them, I would because I felt low, and it gave me some type of power. But I felt bad doing it, but I would still do it. I don't know why. It was like a psychological thing. Like I didn't want to do it, but I just kept doing it. And I was like, no, this ain't right, but I would still do it. I don't know why. Because I guess it just, I don't know. I guess it was like I was tired of being picked on, so I wanted to I guess I thought I had to rank up and I leveled up somehow, some way, and I was able to, I don't know why I did it. But after that, I just gained what they did to me, I did to other people. I did it right back, right? And I even now I struggle with that. Like even now I kind of make fun of people, and I don't like it, but it's something. It's a trait that I picked up here in Stockton, and I hate myself for it because I let these people corrupt my heart, corrupt everything I stand for. And I'm not gonna blame it on them. It's my fault. It's my fault. I should be the one to be like, no. I should have just never thought, but I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to do at the time. And I'm still struggling with it now, but all along, that saying, it's not, oh, that's why you're scared of, oh no, and then, no, let me finish the story. So I got here, right? People bullying me, everything, and then people are talking about, oh, that girl fine. I'm thinking I'm ugly. I'm like, yo, I have no chance. Even I try to, no, I ain't gonna lie, I never try to get out a girl, and when I got here, never try to get out a girl in middle school or high school. I don't, because niggas will tell me like, yo, and then girls will clown me, or girls will try to embarrass me in front of like the whole school, like on some weird shit. So I just knew I was not. I just knew like, well, I just that's just how I felt because girls were just weird. Like girls, like oh my god, like girls are so weird. It's not even funny. Like I say, it's not even girls. It's your own people. Like your own people be so weird to you, and they don't understand like that fucks you up mentally. Like that shit fucks with you, right? So then, knowing that I wasn't able to get no girls or anything over the kids because people were just constantly battering that into my head. So I was like, yo, I'm ugly as shit. I was kind of thick, so girls would smack my ass, be like, you thick as fuck. Like, girls, I mean, just your own people are just so weird. Like, people are just so weird. And the fact that parents raise their kids and their kids are like that, it's like, bro, what type of parent are you? Like, I don't know. It's just people over here, man. They're pieces of shit. Most of them are pieces of shit. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I get it for fun, but sometimes it be overboard. Like, I don't know. Like, I can feel when it's for fun or just to do like for fun, and then that's it. And I can feel it when it's just some straight malice and just straight evil in their heart. And I don't know. Even when I do it, I feel evil in my heart. I feel the spirit. I feel the Holy Ghost say, like, I feel like every time I do something wrong, I feel it in my stomach. Like, it's like, damn, you're doing this wrong. Like, it's the Holy Ghost. And some people can say, you're tripping. You don't. Well, every time when I do something wrong or I'm sitting, I feel the Holy Ghost in me, like, yo, don't do it. You know what I mean? Or stop. But anyways, so then people would drone get in my head, oh, you can't get a girl, right? Then I promise you, I'm sitting in line. People are like, "Did you beat your meat?" And they're talking amongst themselves, but I'm in the line waiting to be let into class, waiting for the teacher. And me just being nosy and curious, like, I'm like, "Yo, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Beat the meat?" They're like, "You never heard of that?" I'm like, "No, what the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? They're like, you know the thing you used to go pee," and I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You just, man, I promise you, look, this gonna be the best film ever. You keep stroking it, just keep stroking it." Going. I mean, I don't want to go into detail. I just did. But basically, they're teaching me word by step by step, word for word, how to beat my. They're like, "Use lotion, use this, that, door, boom, boom, boom." I'm like, "Yo, really?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then I went home that same night. They're like, I was like, wait. I asked them, what was it? They're like, Pornhub.com. Don't forget, right? Slap that in. When I tell you, no. At first I didn't look up Pornhub.com when I went home. I was just watching like YouTube video, and after that, I was going ballistic. After that first one, I did to somebody, a girl talking, doing a Q&A or something, and I was like, what the fuck? And after that, I promise you, 6 to 10 nuts per day, back to back to back to back. Never mind that, but yeah, I did 6 to 10 nuts per day, back to back to back to back. I mean, I used to do it until the phone came out my shit. Like, that's how bad it was. But over the years, I gotten down to 2, maybe even 3 sometimes if I'm feeling a little lucky. You know what I mean? But that's all to say. I feel like it's how you was raised, and I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like talking to girls and not having the confidence, it doesn't just have to do with stroking your chick and like not having the confidence. It has to do with how you were brought up and what challenges and adversities that you had to go through. You know, it's not just solely off of beating your meat. Like this, I don't know. I just feel like society's so fucked up. I feel like a lot of the shit that we do that's bad habits. It stems from childhood trauma or things that happened to you when you were a child, or just things that you can't escape mentally, or just being, and there's other things that I've went through that contribute to me doing this, but I'm not gonna get into that because that would be like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that would be too much, and I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, I feel like they act like it's just a hobby. You just do it for the feeling, and no, at least for me, that's not it. It's deeper than that for me. It's deeper. So yeah, this whole video is nice and everything, but some of the stuff they're saying, it doesn't resonate with me because it doesn't fit my reasonings on why I do it. And the reason I do it is so I don't have the urge to talk to girls, because I don't know. I talk to girls and there'll be some cool girls, but for the most part, for how girls treated me as a child and so on and so forth, and how girls are, like just how they are, how they be trying to embarrass you and shit. I'm never gonna forget that. And that's always gonna stick with me. And the reason I do it, beat my meat, is so I don't have to deal with no nigga. I don't have to deal with people in general, because I don't know, I just have a villain story, I guess, or a villain. I don't want to have to deal with nobody at all. I don't want to have no friends. I don't want that shit no more. There's some people in my life that are cool that I do want to keep around, but for the most part, I don't like that shit. I like having people around. So like, for niggas, I can just dodge the niggas. Like, I don't have to have nigga friends for the most part. I can just dodge. Niggas is easy. I don't have to have them. But females, my whole being is for me to procreate. That's I have the urge to procreate. That's why I get hard. That's the whole reason. And if I beat my meat and let that shit out, I'm not gonna feel like I have reason to conversate with these women. I'm just gonna walk right past them because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I might act like I care about women when I'm talking to my guys or whatever, but deep down I know I'm just lying, and I don't give a fuck about no female for real or anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't care for the most part. Like I only care about my family and then the little friends I do consider real true friends. So yeah. Whew, sorry I got so deep, but yeah, that just had to be said. That's the whole origin of why I do it. It gives you type of a kind of reason. There's a multiple reasons that group into one. It's not just one. It's not just, oh, I'm doing it for the feeling. No, I have reasoning and actual reasoning behind it, and an actual story that is filled with trauma and loss and heartbreak and you know what I mean, backstabbing. That's why I do it. But for people who just do it for the feeling, this video is for you. But for some people like myself, we have other things that make us do it and reasons for it. You know what I mean? People who just do it for the feeling, I feel like are sick individuals.
Watching a bunch of garbage, social media in its entirety, and the easy access to porn has damaged your brain and dopamine receptors. When you stop watching porn for a long period of time, you will realize very quickly how it affects your social life. You actually get the balls to talk to girls and not be afraid to just have a normal conversation. Your brain starts to rewire, and your dopamine sensitivity will return back to normal. Enhances your focus and clarity. Being on NoFap makes you mentally sharper because masturbation keeps you in a mental roller coaster. Instant pleasure and the idea of wanting to feel good for a couple of seconds make your dopamine levels shoot up. And then it all comes crashing down shortly after, making you feel tired and unmotivated. The messed up part about all of this is that masturbation, unlike taking drugs, is a socially accepted idea because many people believe it is normal. One of the most stupidest and hilarious claims I've heard as to why you should beat your meat is because it prevents prostate cancer. I will just leave it at that and not go into the stupidity of this statement. In reality, when post-nut clarity hits, you merely snap out of that animalistic, lustful mode. Beyond that, no extra clarity or focus is gained. To actually gain high levels of focus and clarity, you shouldn't fap at all. The next time you feel the lustful state come up, beating your meat like a monkey is far from the best idea to deal with it. Start to go out more and stop isolating yourself from others, because this is the moment when you start to feel like beating your meat. You will gain enhanced levels of clarity and focus. Most guys won't do this because that lustful state overpowers them and they are weak-minded. Reduced erectile dysfunction. Many young men suffer from getting it up and get anxious when it's time for actual bedroom fun. Your brain is so fried that you can only get stimulated by watching other men have sex with attractive women. This is pathetic. You must rewire your brain to be stimulated by looking at an actual attractive girl that you can physically touch. And it starts with cutting off porn to start to have an actual burning desire to make love to an actual woman. Your seed is one of the most important things in your body if you know how to use it. You can use it to start an actual family with someone to leave behind a legacy, so your bloodline can continue to thrive. But if you decide to waste it on your bed sheets, you have failed as a man. Discipline. The guys that cope and fap all day lack mindfulness. This whole process is about undoing and unbecoming, an attempt to get back to your original state. Through discipline, you will learn a lot about yourself through the process. The disciplined man knows how to resist temptations and primal desires and can control his own mind. Only through discipline can you truly accomplish anything in life. Because no matter how unmotivated you are, you know that you have a duty as a man. So, make a promise to yourself to destroy the lizard you have in your brain that is telling you to beat your meat. Your future depends on you quitting this terrible habit.
To be honest, he wasn't really speaking. He didn't really say anything. He was spinning a little bit, but for the most part he wasn't talking about shit. I mean, he didn't really give actual benefits. I mean, clarity, I don't know, clarity, energetic, like we all know. Everything he said wasn't, people didn't know. I mean, people knew already. Everything he was saying, everybody knew already, you know what I mean? So, I feel like this video kind of was a waste. He really wasn't spitting on the mic. He was just, man, Stop giving a fuck about this thing. I mean, it was. I mean, it was. I mean, if people didn't know that, I guess that was for like 12, 13, 10, 11, 10-year-olds. You know what I mean? But for me, as a grown ass man, that wasn't for me. But if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to see next, and we're out. Peace.